Welcome everyone to a new gameplay series on Airships, Conquer the Skies. This is mostly a one-man development project by David Stark. I want to say first of all thank you to David Stark for providing the press key for this. Now let's take a look at this because this is a game where you build your own ships, your own airships. It's a very distinct feel. The time period for this would be like around World War I-ish. You get this alternate reality, or it's just completely a fantasy world, fantasy universe, where for some reason we went with airships, and there's a few land ships here, so we're going to see a little bit of that World War I tank. But you can design all these things from scratch yourself. You build them. It kind of reminds me of how there are a lot of games right now that do this voxel, build your own ship type thing. But this is not at a first-person level, it's at a strategic level. So we'll be building and designing ships and then setting them up against each other. The combat is 2D, we'll see that in a moment. So, map size, I'm going to be doing a medium map size. There's a lot of different... let's be Tortuga, of course. I really like this coat of arms. I think it is the best one. After, I've given it some amount of thought, as I'm like to do. And I think that you can have some success with a lot of the other ones. When I was originally starting with everyone at tech level 0, well then some of these where you start with various technologies are that much stronger. But I really feel like the scales one, plus 15% money from income, income from cities, you just can't go wrong with it. It's just a nice flat bonus which will affect your ability to do everything a little bit better. For Eagle, for example, another one that I think is pretty good, all cannons are twice as accurate. You can design a very specific nation gameplay around this, or you can try to get Dragon Riders. I don't think that's that important. Crown conquered cities have no pacification period. This is surprisingly, it's much better than I originally thought. I still don't have a weighting for it, like how strong it is, but it's not super weak like I originally thought. There is some benefit to doing that. 50% money in research from killing monsters. You have to kill monsters to do that. 50% faster reload in boarding combat. If you're going to do nation specific for boarding, that's something. 30% lift from suspendium chambers. So if you're using suspendium chambers, you'll need less of them, or one of them can carry more weight. I don't know. These are minor. Hey, they are improving your overall ship quality, which you cannot do from this. You can just build more expensive ships this way, but the quality of ship per ton or per weight is always going to be better if you have more lift from your suspendium chambers. You're probably, even from the language here, getting an idea of what this shipbuilding entails. I do not think that stonewall cost is a big deal, or wooden armor cost. Fires put out twice as quickly, not a huge problem. If you're going up against... This could, exactly counter a specific strategy of flamethrowers or something like that, but the AI, it's just random. You're not sure what you'll find, so it's hard to put all your eggs in that basket. Repairs 50% faster is a little bit better, I would say. Ship ready for commands twice as fast. Don't think that's worthwhile. Ships and buildings are built twice as fast. That one is very strong. I would say that is a definite potential. Okay, but anyways, we'll go through all those. Basically, I'm just going to stick with the exact thing I already have here. So we'll be the Tortuga with this scales coat of arms. Medium world. This is basically because this is not going to be like a full series, like 50 episodes, like my Rule the Waves content. But this is more like a let's look at, or let's try the campaign. With the possible for a follow-up series, I'm planning to learn a lot from you guys in the course of this series, as in, I'm not an expert on this yet, and I'm hoping to get some good advice. So how I like to do it is mixed. I think continent could be good. The water doesn't... It depends on what map is generated. I had a map earlier when I was playing where if you just imagine a box, the contents were just like vertical lines and lots of water vertically, which made movement a lot vertical, but also... It kind of made it worse. I like to blob out in a circle. Who doesn't, right? But they made you follow these really tiny lines, and it was a little bit annoying. I don't know. Research, I was for a long time doing slow research, but I'm going to do normal here. And start on 0 tier. Why? Because it's more fun. Also because you can build grenadier units. I like starting from scratch. I like to really move all the way up the tech tree. The further up the tech tree we can go, the better. So 5 minutes in, not too bad. We'll get started with this now. It's just building our world for us. We'll very soon see what kind of world we're dealing with. And I have no problems restarting if I don't like the world. I think I left on tutorials, so we'll just click through all those. Don't need them. Well, this is going to be a challenge. As many people have previously commented on other videos and just made general comments about the game, if you start in the middle, you're generally screwed. This person has almost the same color as me, which is annoying, but they do have a different coat of arms. It's pretty distinct from mine, so hopefully we'll be able to keep track of who's who. But they will die very soon, because I'm going to head this way, because I don't like it when somebody shares my color, or something close to my color. Okay, we have some turtle doves here. A pair of turtle doves have made a nest here. These huge creatures are fairly harmless, but often hunted for their meat and their beautiful shells. I think if you kill them, you get some money. Let's take a look at what we have for defenses. What in God's name is this? I have not seen this. I think all the designs are prefab, so we only have muskets note right now. Can I flip this? I think it's horrible that it is designed the way it is, but move it like this. So now we have 3 guns facing the correct direction. It seems like a benefit to me. This is not at all a design I would use myself, but we'll stick with it for now. Oh, wait, no. I do want to move that, sorry. Okay, now leave. Good. Let's take a look at it. It looks like we'll have to be moving a lot of these then. Yeah, they're all going to be silly. This is one issue I have actually with the game. A lot of the times it seems like something should be facing one direction, and it's facing the other. Did we already do this one? We did. And lawn. Move this one as well. Flip it. And voila. Okay, good. And 1, 2, 3. We have our main city. Nobody's gonna attack our main city, so we don't have to worry about that one. So what's the first thing we want to do? Well, we have to research something. And my first thing I want to research, not surprisingly, I think you could toss a coin between rifles, bombs, and cannons. And I mean, all these first tier technologies are really useful. Except for Marines. I don't use Marines. I don't do a whole lot of boarding action. I think you can get away without suspendium chambers for a while, because you can just build the balloon, balloon type compartments instead of having a lift generating engine, which is essentially what suspendium chambers are. So I'm going to go with rifles, and we're going to do this at Empire of Science levels so we get it as quickly as possible. Another thing I'm going to do is bring up my security to medium, and I'll do that until we get an event where somebody actually causes a riot in one of my cities, and then we'll probably even move that up to severe. I found that it's actually quite nice. What in God's name is this? It's actually quite nice to have higher security. So let's just take a look at what we have been provided with. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grenadiers. It has a musket. Another musket. I have no idea. I just have no idea. Now, I don't really like these filler blocks, especially in this case where it's actually going to prevent me from navigating over the landscape. However, what's the height? Surface ceiling is 81, so basically this will be at, well, it doesn't matter. We're just going to let it live. And now let's go to design our first ship. Well, first let me actually move these to storage. Manage files, move to storage. Move, yes. No, move to storage. Move here. Oh, move into. Great. I don't want to cheat. We're not going to use any mad designs. We're going to design everything from scratch. Why not? Okay, so let's open... No, sorry. Let's leave this. Create a new design. Because we have 831 cash. That is enough for us to get a design. And the first thing we're going to do, actually, is just build a grenadier ship like the one we already have seen here. What I want to do is just conquer some cities. This will be something very horrible at fighting other ships. But it should be good at going over and just dropping grenades on something. So we're going to put the suspendium dust tank. This is the... Just think of this as a balloon. We're going to need propulsion, which is just going to be a small sail. 50, or we might do a normal sail. Gives us more propulsion. I don't think that's necessary, but okay, let's start with... please a little patience with me in this one as well, because I'm not an expert. Quarters, what we need. I'm just going to grab the things I know I want, and we're going to drop them here. We want grenades. We're going to want... We probably don't even need a crow's nest, but we'll put one up here anyway. I think we will get a sail on this for our propulsion. It's going to make them pretty fast. But mind you that just because, I mean, if it's fast... Let's do it like this. I'm going to have to move the whole thing. I mean, each one individually in a moment, but they're up there. We'll eventually build up to them. Ammo store, we have our quarters, we have our grenades, we need our bridge. There it is. We need more supply hatches, so let's get a steel supply hatch. And we're disconnected. Great, we have everything we need. So, how are we going to do this? Well, ammo. We need... Our ammo is the most important thing, but it's also the thing which is going to cause the biggest detonation if we blow up. So why not, just to give us a little bit of structural integrity, why not get a large keel here? And we're going to get a... Probably going to need a fire door at some point. And now we're going to have corridor with ladder. And that's what we're going to use to connect all these elements. Great. Do we even want a musket? I think this is going to be a grenade-only ship. We might even get rid of that keel. Okay, so let's put these on. There's our 4 grenades. They have access to this. In fact, I think what we're going to do is even just put the grenades here, here, here. Well, we could just have 6 grenades. This thing could be just crazy, just tossing grenades like madness. The quarters down here. Is this connected? Let's go overlays, pathing. It's not. So what we need is... Oh, this is a fire door. Let's put one of those down, but let's get the quarter with ladders. I think we're probably going to want, if we put on explosion damage, 23, and it's not too bad. Not too bad, 66. I expected we would need a fire door, but that does not appear to be the case. Bridge. We might be able to get away. This is service ceiling of 40. That's not very good. And now if we put this here, and here, there needs to be one more over. Okay, now let's look at pathing. We can get everywhere we need to. This is hideous. Might as well do this. We need more crew, so what we'll do is I'm gonna put this here, grab this, put that up there, grab this, put it there. Okay, hooray. Now, do we need any explosive doors? We don't. I think we're okay. Service ceiling of 49 is not ideal, because it is 49 from your tallest point, which means that it might be beneficial for us to slow down our speed, but I like it. I like the speed. If we slow down our speed, we'll actually have more service ceiling, even if it doesn't change our service ceiling, just because it's 49 feet from the highest point, I believe. Doesn't look like we'll need a fire door. Let's go to armor and set everything to steel. 61, not bad. We're at 61 meters. This is, I think, doable. So why have this thing down here, though? Let's go back to modules. We have a little bit of space here. Are we missing something? So this thing, if it catches on fire, is just doomed. It's going to die. We could just try to maximize our damage output by putting yet another grenadier in. We have enough crew for one more, so okay. Basic, grenades. Very good. Go to pathing, everyone has a path. The only downside of this is it's going to take a long time for this guy to get grenades. But he's also the lowest one down and the last one I want firing. These guys, you can actually see ammunition, how far they are away from the ammunition. This guy's connected. This guy's only one space away because 1. I don't know how they count that. Seems like 2. This one's 2, but it says 1, 2. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, somehow it's a measure of distance away. If you add 1 to everything, it makes more sense to me. But this guy at the bottom, he's not going to reload as fast, but that's fine. Actually, our ammo is not so much. So we have 6 times 100, 600 grenades. And we're going to be launching them. Sorry, yes, it's 6 per, yeah, clip size is 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have 7. Okay, so we have 6 divided by 7 rounds, times 100, should I say. Who wants to do the math on that? Not me. Not on camera. I refuse. So let's save this, and I'm going to call it, you probably already saw this name, the Grenadier. Sensible name, I think. It's 562 cost and 16 maintenance. Well, this is much more expensive than my previous one. Let's fix that. Let's try to... How would we fix this, though? I don't really see... What is the expensive thing on here? Structural. Large kill is 128 by itself. How much of a difference does it make with and without? 102, that's not good. Not good at all. That is a very heavy kill. Why don't we go with a smaller one? What if we go with a smaller kill? Takes us down below 100. 16,594. I don't know. The maintenance thing is the most important to me. This does add a lot of structural... I mean, you can watch the hit points. 55... Outs. I mean, 55 versus 36. It's decent. Alright, let's save it as is. I think I'm still fine with this. It's gonna be expensive. We won't have that many of them, but we can build one right away. And I think that these two by themselves will be able to do a lot of damage. Lower this. Okay, so let's build it. And now we unpause. And a lot of this opening game is gonna be unpaused. I'll even run slightly faster until we get that one. And then we'll go invade some places. Almost. Almost. Let's move. So we're going to move because this prevents the AI from reacting. So if I do invade, they'll move there. If I do invade, they'll move there. If I do invade here, he'll move back over there. Move. Can juke him out. But actually, we want to invade right here. Are we going to get there in time? Let's invade this one. Aha! We got him now. So, how are we going to do this? Well, you're not going to be able to move right through that, so you're going to have to be lowered. We're going to move him in line. Okay, I'm just going to move over and attack this thing directly. I don't know which one of these is faster, so I'm going to move you first. I don't know how often you can give commands, so I'm going to move you right where I want you. Now let's see, your movement is pretty slow. I think mine is going to be able to give orders pretty quickly, so yeah, just keep moving along, moving along. Now this guy cannot, we can give him orders to move higher, which we want him to do so that this guy can move and also be bombarding. Alright, let's see how we do in our first battle. And I also like the outside view so I can see how much damage is being done to us. Oh god. Get higher. Woo! Can you just move forward a smidge? Greatly appreciated. Thank you. It does do damage. And we are just raining so many grenadiers on them. Oh my god. That is so many grenadiers. Let's see how our ship's doing. Taking a bit of damage. But we're still raining grenades all over their structure. This does not work as well. Very much does not work as well against ships. Mostly because I don't have the height for it. But let's go ahead and move a little bit closer. And and watch if things blow up. Now we can take friendly fire here, so maybe I'll just move this. Just to keep us out of our own way. But this thing's gonna go down for sure. And this is Airships in a nutshell. Well, I mean, we haven't done the airship versus airship combat yet, which is, you know, probably the heart of the game, but this is definitely the beginning of the game. That was exciting. Okay, well, I don't know how the volume is, by the way. I think it might be too high. Now, one thing that I have learned or switched to, I don't know what is better. I used to do only gentle takeover. A slow and gentle transfer of power that leaves the city mostly intact. Lately, though, on Lightning Dragon's recommendation, I've been doing pillaging, and I have found that the second plus number does get higher much slower, but the initial boost of income is really great. So we'll do that. It's going to take a while for that thing to recover, but look at that. We have enough money for another ship. So let's get another Grenadier. Just slowly build them up, and their maintenance is only 16, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Now you can see that we're plus 94. I'm fine with our medium setting here. We can probably go to severe. Yeah, it doesn't have too big of an impact. We won't lose things this way. Let's pretend to invade this. And then we'll take over Heptopolis instead. So we can kind of avoid, you know, having issues with invasions for a while. By the way, what is this slow thing? Oh, it's my main ship, which is the slow guy here. So let's go ahead and do some more damage. I'm assuming that this guy was not significantly damaged. Doesn't look like it. They probably have repairs on that kind of a ship. And once again, another tile blocking us. This thing looks a lot less resilient, though. So let's go. This is fine. You're so slow, though. Please just speed up. Move this back. And start, pause, give orders. Let's move you here. And I'm gonna move this guy down. Can this guy move up high enough that we can go underneath him? Okay, go ahead and move on up if you can. We'll get both of our ships into action. Yeah, good, good. Just gotta watch out for friendly fire and get beyond that. Ah! Stop hitting each other! Stop hitting each other! Move a little bit forward, I guess. Okay, I think this is going to be over very quickly. Oh god. I think they already lost 2 of their riflemen over here. Just look at the grenades falling down. Outside view to see how we're doing. Taking some damage, that's for sure. But there it is. So we are taking damage, right? Pillage as well. We're going to separate these 2 ships, in fact. I'm going to move them back one at a time, because the one is going to slow me down so much. That main guy can probably go and take over things by himself. By the way, what is his maintenance? 16, okay. So he costs 1,000, but he's only, you know, he's basically the same. Now, these things probably don't have any defenses left. I just scrap these things. That's not even worth it. So let's design a building. Now note that this building is at first going to only have muskets, which is going to be terrible. But later on, it will have rifles, which will be slightly better. So we're just gonna. This will probably be the design we use for the rest of the game. Let's get some barracks in there. Actually, we put the barracks somewhere, but actually I want the ammo store at the bottom. Okay, so we need fire doors. I think we're gonna have some grenades backwards. Grenades. But I want a fire door in some places, not a fire point. We will use a fire point probably back here. I think these have enough hit points. Let's see. Yeah, 150 hit points, which means that it'll have enough to take it, but... Oh, barracks has 120. But it'll be exploded in 3 places, so no, we don't want that. We'll need a supply hatch. We will need some quarter with ladders, so we'll just put that out there. And they don't have the reverse muskets. Do we want a repair bay? Probably not. Okay, so let's get to fire doors. There they are. Let's put one of those out as well. And now let's get to weapons. Muskets. Okay, so I think what I want to do is have just 3 muskets on this one. Yeah, I want 1, 2, 3. So let's move this back. Let's move this back. How much damage is that going to do, though? Yeah, too much, so let's move that up. 1, 2, 3. Go to pathing now, so make sure that we make this... God, get rid of this damn tree. So frustrating. Can I... Okay, we'll have to do it from scratch, or I'll have to move it forward, I guess. Landscape, just remove this damn tree. It costs money to do that, which pains me, but okay. Now, let's go back. Well, there's the ones that I actually want to build. It'll be something like this eventually. Yeah, we can see the design. Ammo. Fire point. Oh, the fire doors are on the left, I see, underneath it. Okay, well, that makes sense. Should I just load this? Let's open this design. Ah, no, let's build it from scratch. So let's move these. Manage files. Whoops. 2, 3, into... We need a new folder here, which we don't have. Storage. Now we move these 3 into storage. Okay, good. Now let's build it from scratch. Try this again. Ammo storage. Muskets. Quarter with ladder, probably. Ammo store, we already got that. Bridge, don't need it. Barracks, yes. Fire point. And steel supply hatch. Whoops. Need that. And we need fire doors. Where are they? There they are. So I think it was like this. And I think I have 2 facing backwards just to make sure that they don't try to just take advantage of my lack of firing rate, or rear firing. Let's see how we want to do this though. Fire doors, probably 1 fire door here as well, and then the rest can be corridors. How is this explosion damage? Yeah, that fire door is definitely necessary, and so are these, I think. That one's going to be okay. If we put a barracks here, I'm not going to survive. Well, we can just put them up here. Oh, we don't need to. Okay, we only need 1 apparently. We do want to have a lookout tower, improve our accuracy. Should we just put the 4th musketeer on? I don't think I'm supposed to do that for some reason. Can these just be right here? So what, more fire doors? Yeah, that's okay. That should work. And then supply hatch right here. Okay, there it is. This is our thing. It's a little bit wider than I want it to be. Probably we did some inefficient thing. Recommends crew 11. We have 12. It has water. No repairs available. Supplies fine. It might run out of ammo. We'll find out after some usage, if it does. Now, the last thing we need to do, go to armor and give it stonewall. Okay, good. So, unfortunately, this 1 fire point can be destroyed by the explosion if we have an explosion. But if we do, we're gonna lose our ammo anyways. We're probably dead. And you know what? That one being in the middle of a 3-segment unit means that a unit above it will probably still rest on the other 2 fire doors. I'm guessing. Who knows? Okay, so let's move this thing back all the way to prevent its weakness from being exposed too much. And let's save the design. Now it's 184 and 2 maintenance. That's because it has muskets, not rifles. It'll be much more expensive later. And I like the musky smell. I forget what it was called. It was so much more clever than musky smell of gunpowder. Because it's a musket. This is really clever. This is really clever joke. Only the most intelligent people will get it. Okay, so let's build that. Ta-da! And now it builds. Great. This has no defenses? Well, we're getting that. You have no defenses, but you're still being pillaged. So you know, right now we have 46 income, and this drops way down to 13 when the pillaging is over. Nonetheless, we'll scrap you because I prefer my own designs, and it's cheaper to build mine anyway. And it looks like we can just fit another one right here and leave. Yep, and those will get her done. Now we need to do some repairs here. We don't. Those actually were completely intact. So you can take a certain amount of damage, which is considered recoverable. If you lose any parts, that's when you have to go back and repair. So I guess we didn't lose any parts. You know, I can't always tell. The design is always shown up here, but I can't tell sometimes if it's missing a tile or not. So just send them back. Now let's split these guys up and do some more damage. You by yourself are going to go invade here. Supposedly, not really. You're going to go invade here. Actually, I want to invade here. Just slowly branch out here. You can probably see what I'm actually trying to do. This guy's going to invade here. Voila. Actually, they don't have a navy anyway. I guess they went somewhere with theirs and they lost it. This is going to be a pretty lovely little adventure. Pretty sure we're just going to instantly overwhelm them. So I want to go as high as possible, as far as possible. And the second one is actually going to duck below the first, so we can get a little closer. Yeah, that should be okay. Ah! Go down first, you big dummy. Now you can move forward. There we go. And now we're just wrecking. And the way it works is if this guy leads, he takes the first barrages. All of them. But after he's done with his little business, after he's moved forward, then this guy can just kind of fill in, and he's obviously focused after that, but no problem. So we pillage, we take, and this kind of method, I don't know if these guys need repairs or not. They look like they're fully intact. So we'll just go ahead and move them this way. So this kind of method of attack seems to be very effective. We seem to gain a lot of territory early in the game, which can lead to quick success. Maybe I'm just gaming the system way too much. That's probably what's happening here. Yep, same system as before. Can I move this guy less, much less? Start his move down. There's trees here, but you can see that all these first shots are being taken by the front, not the rear. So now the rear moves up a little bit more. I want this guy to overshoot even by a little bit so that this guy can close enough to do some damage. There it is. Still have 2 not firing, so move forward even more. There we go. And now we're just dropping grenades all over him. Look at it go. Ah! Brutal! The audio's way too high. I turned it down, but I just noticed now it's not amazing. Okay, that's done. We probably can't take the main cities, but we can try to take Blacksfire or Tuscaton. And as soon as these are done... Oh my god, you overshot. I assume that they haven't been damaged yet. Evade that. Okay, another fight. Man, they're always right in the middle right there. So come down here. Start, pause, move. Like so. Good luck. We'll speed this up. I want to give an order here to move up, just because we are less vulnerable the further away we are. And the reason for that is, oh, do they not have... I don't think this design has any things in the rear, so let's just move to the rear. Are they still shooting us? I think they do have some guns in the rear. But this is going to be over very quickly. And there it is. Over very quickly. We're doing it! We're slowly taking territory in the beginning, which is the best time to do it. Could attack these pirates, but we'll lose because that's not what we want to do. It's nothing. We don't want to do any. Let's draw this guy away. Or just take that one? Okay. Well, if you don't want to move, we'll take that one. Ah! Moving to invade one of our cities. Well, that's not good. I'm not going to get there in time. And what's worse is well, it's going to be right when the city finishes. There's not going to be any defenses there. I'll just scrap it. And they can have it. But with all this money, we can build another one. Probably 2. I want to send them out in groups of 2. So that's the name of the game. It's this early game shift, and eventually, well, very soon here in a moment, we're going to have one more attack. We're going to have a new technology. Let's move this guy down. We'll come in a little bit slower so I don't run into my own ships too often. Okay, we can probably just go right up to him. Okay, that should be good. There it is. Just look at that carnage. Now note their rear guns are not firing, so we don't want ships on both sides. You can see this guy actually has to run up sometimes to get more ammo. Whoa. Yep, see there it goes, get more ammo. But it looks like that they're fine, they get the ammo before the next thing actually runs out. So we'll pillage that. And we're just taking over all kinds of stuff. I want to avenge myself here, so we're going to go and invade that while he's on the move. And this is a great place to bring this episode to a close. After we got rifling, so I'm going to have to change up some things. What's a good second thing to get? I think bombs. Then we can actually showcase a little bit of different, not grenades, but bombs. This is the extension, the upgrade to grenades. So they're pretty useful against cities as well. I want to build a very high level, a high altitude anti-airship bomber. And that'll be fun, but we'll leave that to the next episode. So we'll start researching the bombs. We'll put a cut in here. So thanks for watching. Because this is the first video in this series, if you wouldn't mind, please press the like button, give the thumbs up, just so I can, it's a little bit more visible on YouTube. Also, I look forward to your comments. I'm not extremely familiar with airships, as I'm mentioning, so whereas in things I'm more of an expert at, like Rule the Waves, I'll field any kind of feedback. But on this one, because I'm very naive, treat me carefully because I'm naive, try to pull out some of the preference comments. I prefer if you build this way, or specify them that way. If you're saying build this, please let me know why. Let me know the underlying game mechanics, why something I'm doing is wrong. And hopefully that holds true for the whole series. So until the next episode, thanks for watching, and take care.